Alright. Good morning everybody, I'm Zed, and if you know me, then you do know that you don't know the games that I run, and Mushroom 11 is such a game. I hope you feel cozy in my living room right here, take a place on my couch in the back, and enjoy this run. Having a sip of the cup from Super Meat Boy right here for the breakfast tea. Had a few connectivity issues this morning, but let's hope things go through. Alright, without further ado, are we ready for the timer? Because let's start the run.
I believe we are, so you can just go.
Do you have your? Oh, sorry. I thought you maybe had your stream open, but I had Discord open.
All right. Okay.
Okay. So yeah, count yourself when.
All right. So then, without further ado, let's just hop right into the game. And 3, 2, 1, start. Mushroom 11. It is a game that was released in 2015 by Untamed Games on a Mushroom Day, actually. And we control this green glibberish mass of a blob, which is a fungus, but actually we do not control it, but we control the white circle. And the white circle is an eraser. The eraser does erase cells from the fungus, and as such we are moving forward by erasing cells on one side of the fungus, and they regrow on the other side. Here this is a checkpoint, we touch them and we respawn there when we die, and I have to maneuver through these platformer levels. You see, it's a 2D platformer game with a unique movement mechanic. Right here in the first stage we're getting just adjusted to all the mechanics in the game, like here's a gate that we can open with a switch, and we're learning how we can move around the fungus. And what I try to obviously is to move it as fast as possible. There are numerous texts for doing that, so I will point them out to you later. Here we see, yeah, the game is fairly heavily physics focused as well, having lots of these kind of puzzles there. It is usually impossible for me, how you saw right there, to accidentally erase my final fungus cell, because that one will always stay alive. It is possible if you really want to erase it, but we're not going to do this for a while. So here you see I can also split up the fungus, and that is something very important that you always have to keep your eyes on, because if you accidentally split the fungus and you try to regrow it and forget that you have another chunk available somewhere, then it might happen that you do erase the chunk that you're trying to grow forward, because the chunk that you forgot to erase will instead grow up when you erase the part that you wanted to move forward. Now take a look at the scenery right here. We have an abandoned city and we are observing these plants. In the background there's a Immortal Love movie poster with a mutated guy and a lady in his arms. And this is the first boss already. I have to absorb these 5 leaves of it. And I try. Oh, it looked very good until it didn't. I just try. Alright, what I'm trying here is I set up a quick kill by. Oh, that's not good. That is actually. How do I say this? Okay. So, because I try to absorb these things as simultaneously as possible. Alright, that's not too bad. Not too bad. And now we absorb the final thing, and we squeeze down through here. If it does, that will skip the waiting time to wait until the boss falls down into the lava. Alright, second level. Another abandoned city. Here we get a bit more of a grasp of the movement mechanics and see how things are controlled. Here you see, oops, hopefully I survived that. I always try to, there's basically 2 major ways of building up speed and momentum in this game. One is to build up a rotation with a specific regrowth technique. And the other one is something that I call speed growth, where you make the fungus really small and you put the eraser really close to it, and as such it starts to regrow immediately, and the camera will automatically move forward, which will have you to need to adjust the eraser only slightly. So I try to move around there up until the, and I'm going to, that's not too bad, that's. Oh, come on, I can save this. Yeah, that's good. So we just skip there, climbing up the plateau up there and falling down on the seesaw to put the rock up. And instead I just used the momentum from up there to immediately get the get the rock high enough. Here's a gate mechanic that we're going to meet a few times throughout the game. If I touch all the lamps, the purple lamps in the background, the gate will open. Here we see also a hazard of the game. It's the purple goo. As soon as I touch that, the fungus starts dissolving. Unless I erase the dissolving cells, or the infected cells, you could say it's becoming an infected mushroom. Then, or the fungus is completely dead. Then, so it's very dangerous. You need to erase the infected cells, otherwise the whole fungus gets eradicated. Here we just have to move across a pond of purple goo to the boss. I hope nobody here is arachnophobic, because there's a lot of spiders in this game, and maybe you get a good idea what the boss of the game could be. Another one of these gates, you remember these? Oh, that was bad. We can kind of fix it, hopefully. Alright, here we go. Touched all the lamps. Good. Now here's the boss. It is, as I have hinted, a giant spoopy spider. But maybe we can just go forward. Oh, nice first try. Alright, we just skipped the boss because I don't want to show you the spider for too long, because I know spiders aren't liked throughout the game. So let's go forward. The third level. We are in a abandoned, like, cornfield. We have a mutated corn sign in the background, and abandoned circus tent and such and such. Nice scenery. Here we have a grinder. We could get inside there and they're chopped up and shot upwards, but it's usually faster to just, you know, climb up the wall instead. Maybe it just was just as fast. Here we get a new mechanic. It's water. In water we get a float, and we also start regenerating. Oh, I forgot to say this. You do only regrow as long as you do touch the ground or a wall or something solid. You do not regrow in midair, for the most part. There are a few parts in the game, such as the rock skip that I did earlier, where you do regrow in midair, so the game sometimes does help you in these regards. Here I have to throw over this wall of hay. Alright, here we go, and glibber through there. Cool. I don't even know if that's an English word, but I use it anyway. In the background, look at the M4 tank. What could that mean? Interesting. Alright, here we go further. Now we are actually supposed to use these platform to you know, ride across, but alright, I just messed it up. It's fine, it's fine. Come on. Alright, here we go. Oh, didn't use the platform, still save time as opposed to just taking the full ride. If I can do this good, then... no, whatever. Let's do the standard way then. It is possible to just fling yourself across. So as you might have guessed, there is no jump button in the game. And as such, I try to simulate jumps by building up rotations and then slicing off a part of the fungus, which I also call flinging. That's bad. That is really bad, but we good. We good. Alright, good. Saved it. That's actually fairly decent. Okay, so here we continue, and we need to flip the switch down here. And let's try it a second time. Let's see, maybe it works now. Come on. Oh, whatever, I just use the casual method. It is possible to just hit the switch and go through the gate and skip, you know, doing this stuff here, putting the roll of hay around, but, you know, marathon strats, gotta stay and keep safe. Here we have to open another one of these gates, go through, and through the cave. Now we're supposed to flip over this rock up there, but we're not gonna do this. Instead, we are trying something else, which usually is faster, if I was able to properly align the fungus. Come on, please. Don't make me flip the rock of shame. Alright. Please grow. And here we go. Good, we squeeze through the gate. Ah, almost were I able to get up the tentacle there. Alright, so we are approaching the end of chapter 3. If I was... Okay, we're not approaching the end of chapter 3 apparently. If I was able to stay on top of the tentacle. Here we go. So now that should hopefully work. Oh, alright, cool. There is a quick kill for this boss, which I'm definitely trying to set up. Oh, that's bad. Okay, it's not bad. It's not too bad. I can still hopefully save this. Okay, it's good, it's good. We good. Alright, now I just crawl inside the boss and now I stay on top here and use the momentum from the tentacle to get up. That's actually a decent time, and chapter 3 is done. Chapter 4, hopefully this one is working out fairly well. An abandoned factory, and this is where the run starts kicking off, and especially the boss here is very, very tricky, but we'll see how it turns out. You know, happens what happens. The game, by the way, was conceived, or the idea for the game was conceived at Global Game Jam 2012. If you don't know what a Game Jam is, it is an event where over the course of a weekend some teams gather together all around the world, at least with Global Game Jam that is. It can be a local Game Jam as well, but in this case it was Global Game Jam. So here teams around the world gather together and they get a certain topic. Look at the M7 pod in the background, by the way. They get a certain topic where they have to come up with a game for. And the topic for that year's Game Jam was a picture of the Ouroboros. The Ouroboros is a picture, you've probably seen it before, of a snake eating its own tail. And so the developers thought, what is this picture about? The picture usually stands for symbolism like destruction and rebirth. So you know how you have to erase the cells and you destroy them, but at the same time they do regrow at another point. So that is a very cool idea how the Ouroboros was incorporated also in the lore and the surroundings of the game. You're like at an abandoned planet where humanity got extinct, but other creatures have emerged. So that is also a very cool use of the motif destruction and rebirth. An ending and a beginning, or an ending which is also a beginning. So here this thing takes usually a lot of effort to open, and you can look. If you look here, you can see an Infinifoods ad advertising now with more shrimp flavor. Now, if I was able to stay on the screw, maybe now is a good time if you want to announce something in regards.
Wait,
to
I was actually waiting for this.
Awesome.
There's morning in Europe right now. It's like 10 a.m. So people may just wake up and see what the stream about and realize, oh, it's so cool. What's happening? Well, we are ESA Together 2020. It's a week-long online marathon that will feature speedrunners and score attackers from all around the world. We will be run to support ESA and all other affiliated events. Increased costs this year connected with the coronavirus outbreak. And we also advise you to stay home, and we promote it by showing you great entertainment and many speedruns as you like, including Mushroom 11, which I personally enjoy watching right now, and I hope you do as well.
Thank you. Okay, so the idea here is to get them stuck. Oh, no, that's not too good. All right, how do I save this? I don't know. Let's try it like this. So in these rotating circles with the tubes inside, I need to get the right angle. And what I do here is I get them stuck so that they don't have any momentum left, so I can crawl above them without issues. All right. Here's a little skip that I'm going to attempt. All right, didn't work. That's fine. We're just going the casual method. I have to clamp the gears in there, so the grinder up there is stops working, and now I can go further again. It is possible to skip the gears right there with a good fungus management. I call it fungus management if you take a look of the segments of the fungus where you're trying to not erase the wrong ones, which I have explained at the beginning of the run. Here we activate the switch in order to get this catapult going, and I try to flip myself across. Yeah, I did it. Alright, here's the boss. Now you remember the shrimp and pig flavor, because here is one of the creatures it is made out of. This boss has a ridiculously hard skip, and I'm going to attempt it a few times, but if I don't get it, I will have to go to the casual method. That looked not too bad momentum-wise, but I cut it off too late. Let's try it again. Actually, let's wait until it shoots and cut off the missile. I need a bit of a build up some momentum here. And now go back. Alright, let's give it one more try. Nah, that didn't count. Alright, final try. Final attempt now for real. Okay, didn't. Whatever. It doesn't want me to skip it. It is possible, it's really hard to do this, to build up some rotation and then, you know, erase, cut off some of your segments, which will cause you to fly across the lava pond there with enough momentum to reach the ending trigger for the level. It is really hard to do this, and only if you're really advanced at the game. So we have to defeat the boss casually and then use its apparatus to get across. First I have to destroy enough of these drills so I get an opening. Okay. And hopefully... Alright, the opening is not good. Please? Yeah, alright. Got in. That's fine. Let's get across. Yeah, you see, it would have saved a lot of time if I had gotten the skip there, but, you know, we're in a marathon, 6 minutes flat isn't the worst it can be, to be honest. Next chapter, we are in a lava world, and you want to see this missile right there with the green goo. What has happened here? We don't know. So, let's get fast. Getting across some of the destroying bridges. Oh, that was cool. I just skipped a little puzzle right there by using said momentum and flinging. Yeah, that game requires a lot of, you know, fine-tuned movement. It's, by the way, controlled by mouse. However, I do not use the mouse buttons in order to activate the eraser. I also have a vertical mouse right here, and I use the keyboard in order to activate the eraser because with my left hand, because moving around your arm with holding down mouse buttons puts a lot of strain on the strings in the arm, and that's not very healthy because you all know speedrunning can be straining for your wrists and everything. Also, one of the reasons I started actually wearing compression gloves during gaming, and it has really helped me because otherwise I would have had to abandon this game. So yeah, speedrunning is serious business. Anyway, you see, we're in a minecart level, something every 2D platformer needs to have. Yeah, and these rails right there, they are under electricity, and if I, you know, let me try and demonstrate it. If the fungus falls down, you see, the whole chunk gets electrocuted and dies. So if I fall down on the electrified rails, I die as a full chunk, which is really unfortunate, which we do not want to happen. Whoop. But so far it hasn't happened yet. But it's a really cruel mechanic that we're getting introduced right here. I think the track, the background music track in this game, in this stage in particular, is pretty chill, and I really like it. The music for this game was not produced for this game. It is actually licensed music by a band called The Future Sound of London, and you know, they make like this a bit more psychedelic future electronic music. Quite fitting to the game as well. So the developer really wanted to work together with this band, and so they licensed a few of the tracks. And the sound design is also done by Power Up Audio. Power Up Audio you might know from games like Celeste. They do an excellent job, and if I don't know how much you hear from the sound design of this game, but it's really good. So it sounds really satisfactory to you know, erase the fungus. Here I'm just crawling up the wall instead of using the steam upwards. Saves a bit of time. Go across here and there. Then here again, I'm growing along the wall because it's faster than just being in the steam. this enemy is really dangerous. Whoops, yeah, because as you could see, it could easily eradicate me. Alright, so that's why I'm absorbing it. Absorbing enemies has nothing else to do than, you know, just going for the 100% collection of the game. There's no, you know, I used to think that the fungus would like grow the more enemies you absorb, but that is not the case. Okay, I activate the gate, that's fine by me. Not the best way, but we can proceed. That's good. So let's continue. Here we have to be really careful because that segment can be trolling really hard. Get more enough momentum. Grow along the wall, please. That's bad. Alright. It's fine. We can get across there. Alright. No. Okay, that was unintended. All right, let's give it another try. I can do this. This scene is always scary because, you know. All right, let's do it the casual way. Just land on the first one. The issue is, even if you get it the casual way, it is still not guaranteed that you're making it. All right, we're on the second platform. That is not too bad so far. Let's continue. Alright, that's fine. Alright, I'm good with that. Come on. Good. Alright, upcoming we have this rotating wheel. Need to rotate it upwards in order to get there. If I was really sleeky, I could just, you know, grow upside the wall right there, but this is really unreliable, so I'm not doing it until I'm completely safe about it, because this is a marathon run. So we just grew up the final inch of the wall. Here we can't proceed until the worm creature is backing off. Oops. That's not good. Okay, come on. Oh wow, we almost died, but that's good. Activating the checkpoint, now getting across there. Grow, please. Unfortunately, this game does not really have a huge speedrunning community. As a matter of fact, I don't think any runner except for me has been active in the past, I don't know, 2 years or something. One reason for this is, as I've pointed out, the controls for the game. They are mouse controlled, so people are having issues with their health and their wrist, and their wrist keeps hurting before they can develop any movement feeling for the game. And otherwise, the game is also fairly unknown, like every game that I run. But if you're seeing this and you think this looks cool, I really encourage you to give it a try. Even if it looks intimidating at first and you think, I will never be able to control this. Nice save here. Because it is really cool to make use of, you know, the growth mechanic and the movement mechanic and the physics in the game. You can abuse these things and make the speedrun really interesting. And you see me already do a few unintended skips there. The developer really didn't know himself about some of the movement mechanics. So a lot of things are pretty pretty neat. Alright, here we're going to the boss. You remember the fire-breathing worms, which have been annoying me lately, and... Okay, if it would let me just absorb it. Alright, that's good. We go across to the other side. Hopefully we don't die from the fire. Good. And alright, we have absorbed all the outer worms, and now I'm dead. That's okay though. And what I try now is to not fully kill the boss just yet. But it killed me fully, nice. But instead... And that's... Alright, that's exactly what I didn't try to do. Alright, it's fine. We'll just have to use the upstream then. It is possible to just, you know, stay on the boss and crawl through that tunnel directly. It saves a bit of time, as you can imagine, because otherwise why would I do that? Next stage is an abandoned hospital. Hospital is, I think, a place that we can't thank enough to exist at this current moment, because you know, they're really all doing an amazing job at containing the pandemic and the situation we're currently in. So I think we can give a huge shout out to all the personnel, all the doctors, all the nurses currently working in hospitals to keep us safe, and all we have to do is just stay at home. Isn't that wonderful? So please give a shout out to think of the nurses and doctors. And that was actually pretty good because I just skipped a little puzzle right there. That is one of the few scenes where the game helps you to not get bad fungus management. Oh, okay, whatever. Try to not be sneaky and go for that, but I died anyway. Okay, let's just do it this way, it's fine. Alright, got across there. Now I hopefully... doesn't look too good. Yeah, it doesn't look good. Let's do it another time, please. Perfect! Awesome. Generators, you remember electricity, you touch them, yeah, you die. Just like this. So you really want to avoid everything electric right here. And especially these moving generators, they can be really annoying. I don't know why I did this, it was way too risky, but it worked, so I'm fine with it. Alright, here you see another one of these gates with the activation points. However, this one is rather special because the game wants me to chop me off if now the... 1, 2, 3... Alright, it worked, I'm fine with that. It wants me to chop me off. So now here's a unique switch in this game. This there, right there. I need to touch the switch and get electrocuted with the part of the fungus that touches it. Alright, here we go. There we go. Go further. Now look at the creature in the background. Take a note how it looks. That's cool. Just a little skip right there. If I can keep it up, cool. That's not good. This hook here is pretty trolly. It can mess up a bit the run, but I've developed certain strats to, yeah, like this, to make it insignificant and hopefully, well, or it did work out in the end, which is cool. Alright, we were supposed to take the rocket up there, but it's faster to just grow up the wall, so we just grew up the wall. You know, all these little time things. Now that was unexpected and wasn't what I was intending. As you can imagine, probably, but it's fine. Going across there, we're trying to not get squished by these pistons or whatever these are. They have like very dangerous spikes at the end. Shoutouts to my buddy Game Guy SD who found a skip here, which I'm trying to demonstrate, because you can see here the fungus does grow through the wall there. Okay, unfortunately we didn't catch it. It is possible to grow through the wall. And touch that checkpoint right there from below and then just respawn. And, you know, save a bit of time. But that's fine, we just did the missile right instead. I'm okay with that. Alright, here we just have to destroy this obstacle and get across. It is possible to do this in a single missile, but that one is really hard, and I tend to not try that in marathons because it's usually a waste of time. Okay, now 2 more missiles. The first one never works for me, so I always use the second one. Hopefully that one does, but I have a bad angle so far. That doesn't look too bad. Alright, okay, that seems good. And we're approaching one of the scenes I am most afraid of in this run, because that one can go either extremely well or extremely badly. I really hope that we can, you know, get a decent one, because this boss right there doesn't only look very intimidating, it is. You see these red dots that it shoots? Once one of these hit me, the fungus starts to evaporate unless I erase it, and it's really aggressive. Get the angle from the missile, please. Okay. Alright, I hit it, but I died. This is not good. Now please respawn. Can I make it? Alright, that's not good. Okay, maybe if it's... You see how aggressive that works. And I try to... Alright, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. That boss went comparatively really well. It can go so much worse. So I'm really fine that we were not too long stuck with it. Especially once you... It is possible to take the missile and fly above it after the first hit. And if you miss that, it can get really ugly to complete this. Because if you get into the final phase, the final balloon there, it will block the final balloon with its arm, and that one is a situation you don't want to get stuck into a run. Right. We're already in the final chapter, chapter 7. This one is by far the longest chapter as well, but it's also the one with the coolest and most skips. I hope that I can show off at least some of them, and that we won't lose too much time here. It worked fine in the practice runs, but you know what they say, when practice works well, the actual performance won't. These walls are sticky. You see there's like these fuzzy plants on, so we can crawl around them, and in the bottom here you see like gargling acid or something. That is something that you don't want to touch, because it starts dissolving huge chunks of the fungus at once. Alright, I tried. You see, like there, I just fall down in the acid and I'm dissolved completely. It is possible, as you could imagine, to just fling across here, across that pond. Saves a bit of time if you get a good momentum, but now I have to make use of the upstream instead. Alright. I hope I make use of my own upstream for a long time still. Good. We're across. I don't know. If there's anything to say on the announcer side right now, I think now would be a great time.
Of course. I just would like to say that, as you can see on the screen, HyperX was kind enough to provide us with a sub goal that if we get 800 subscribers during this marathon, they will match it with $2.50 donation for every subscriber. So thank you so much for the appreciation and support that you gave us. But HyperX can also help you get something, because it provides us with awesome prizes you can get for donating to the cause. If you donate $25, $20, or $15 throughout the entirety of the marathon, you can get some amazing stuff from HyperX and also a French indie game bundle. Check them all out. Prizes.esamarathon.com. Back to you, Zed.
Alright. So what I'm trying here for the past minute is actually something that is supposed to be a skip. The unfortunate thing is I am completely unable to do the casual way anymore, so I kind of have to go for the skip. That was so good. So you see the tumbleweed right there. You're supposed to take the tumbleweed and put it into the spikes. Oh, finally. Alright, hit the checkpoint. Good. Okay, that was unfortunate, but yeah. Stuff happens. Now we're not going to get blown away by the wind right there. Crawl up the wall, or not, if the wind is not cool with us. Jeez, can you please crawl? Thank you. Here we're supposed to fall down from above, but what we're doing instead is this, just growing down the wall. It's fast enough so that you don't get caught by the spikes. Pretty nice little strat. Here we go across these appearing and disappearing dots, and we try to not fall down in this. Try to not fall down in the spikes. All right, here we go. Go further, please. Thank you. Good. No, that looked so good. This is chapter 7, and I'm not gonna jinx anything right now. All right, we're just continuing with the run. All right, we survived this time. Good. Second time's the charm. You see another tumbleweed, but remember what we did with the first one. We didn't make use of it, so now let's not make use of this, and let's hope that this won't... Yeah, this one actually was first try, which I'm very happy about, because that one takes a lot of time to retry, and I can't do this one casually either anymore, so I always have to go for the skip. So here we're supposed to use this apparatus up there to, you know, build up some momentum to get across, but we just got barely enough momentum to get across that way. So we didn't use the apparatus. Here we're supposed to split ourselves in half and use the seesaw on the bottom. But what I'm doing here instead is, if the game would let me, just, you know, get really small and grow down here. And that's, yeah, just, you know, grow up the wall again. Growing up the wall is a strat that I use a lot in this run. And here we go. If I'm really... oh, wow. That's pretty cool. We just skipped a cycle there by getting on this platform there, which is pretty nice. Now we just need to keep our balance and excuse me, and not fall down. Yeah, alright, because that is always a bit scary. Falling down is something that you do not want to do in this section. I said it's something you do not want to do in this section, thank you. Okay, good, this one is over. Now we just have to climb up this little thing here. I have no idea how it's intended to do, but I always do this, you know, I usually always do it this way and it works. Seemed to work this time. Now we have more tumbleweed. The tumbleweed is really angry because we have skipped it so many times already. And now it tries to throw us down this slope. But because I can control the fungus very well, I'm usually able to. Yeah, okay, here we go, come on. That's cool. We just flew across there without the wind. Now let's stick to the ceiling here. You see the sticky ceiling. And get across. Activate the checkpoint. Now I used to call this thing the Wheel of Fortune for no reason. It is basically wastes a lot of time. I tried skipping it, but I didn't find a method yet. So if you're interested, then go for it. Here we just have to maneuver around the inside of the wheel. Get through there. Alright, we're through the wheel. Now, next thing is a big, weird looking plant. I take no responsibility about the shape of it. And we're trying to climb it up. This might look a bit lewd right there. Ooh. Wow, you see, that's what I'm talking about when I talk about bad fungus management. You saw me, I almost completely grew up there, the wall, which I was intending to do. However, there was one little chunk of fungus left, and that chunk there prevented me from growing up the wall, from doing the... Please not again, thank you. Alright, that's what I intended to do here. Here's another tumbleweed, but you remember what I said about tumbleweeds? We're just not going to use them because they were mean to us earlier. We just skip that. Here's grinder, so if I get into the grinder, I get shot around here. But I'm trying to do this instead. So what you can do is put yourself into the grinder to the left and the grinder to the right and have the little dots of yourself meet in the middle. But I didn't do that because it's faster this way, and also it's ridiculously hard to do this the casual way. Okay, let's not... This gate is a bit of a pain. What you need to do is align these lines of the pistons with the red line of the gate. Second try. That is actually... I'm legit happy about this. Next obstacle is something that I hate. I can't do it casually in-game, and that's the reason why I came up with a little skip, which I just got first try. Nice. Because doing this casually, I have no idea how to properly do it, or how to safely do it even. Alright, I'm not being sleeky and go through the for the cycle skip here because safety first. Now, if you want to look at the background, you see there's windows with glasses on top of them, and there's like jars with green substance inside, and they say MO1, MO2, MO3, MO4, MO5, MO6, MO7, MO8, MO9, M10, and there is a broken one. It says M11. What would they mean with this? Alright, got through this part. I'm happy. Alright, have it like this. Here's another one of these gates. Now you have to make clever use of the grinders, and I think this is the fastest you can do it. Right, we're 10:24 of the level. That is an okay time so far. I'm not mad. Okay, let's continue. Yeah, you see this level is really a lot longer than the others. Alright, I'm trying to keep it as safe as possible here, because this scene can go really wrong if you're... Yeah, alright, we got it. That's good. Now please... Oops, I wanted to get on top though. Come on, please. Alright, cool. Now the next obstacle. They're putting a structure of bamboo, trying to keep us from reaching the pond, so I have to throw this thing over here. You see another puzzle, physics-based puzzle in the game. Nah, come on. Okay, that was the final obstacle of this level. Let's complete the game, shall we? And here we have like a beetle or a centipede, some kind of thing, which is running across the room in the background. And as you see, I have to feed myself to it. Now, if you remember the old Nokia phones, you remember the game Snake, which was on them. So this boss is kind of a bit reminiscent of this game. So you might get a good idea what I'm trying to do to beat this game right here. Okay, I'll try to do the safer strat now. Okay, that's not bad, because now I can just crawl up forward directly to its mouth and, you know, direct myself into its mouth. Come on. getting there. Now remember how I said that this game was conceived at a game jam with the theme, the topic Ouroboros, the snake eating its own tail. Now you can see on how many more levels the devs actually implemented that into this game, because I believe you already have a very good idea of how to defeat the boss, which I hopefully am able to do very shortly. Probably, yeah, now. And now we have the snake eating its own tail right there. Ouroboros, everybody. Theme, topic of the game jam. Alright. That was the boss of the final chapter. There is an epilogue afterwards, and time is coming up like in a minute or something, so get ready on the timer, please. Here we go. We have to crawl up the wall now because now it's sticky. I've tried to skip this boss so many times because it takes so long, but it's not as bad as the previous boss. Sub 14 in this level, I'm really happy with that. I was afraid of this level. Alright, the epilogue. Now we might get an idea why we're actually here. So we're in this jungle area still, which we were in the previous level, and now we climb up the hill. What could that actually tell us about the game? What are we going to find out? And we go up the hill, and we see in the background there's fungus all over the place in old abandoned buildings, and we've been in the city all along. So, and now we have a structure, it's a giant checkpoint. Get ready on time, please. As soon as the fungus starts dissolving, it is time. And time. There we go, that's Mushroom 11, everybody. I'm actually fairly happy. The run went considerably well, and I'm also very happy that my internet stayed strong through the run. I was really worried up until like 5 minutes beforehand. Thank you for watching, everybody. I just want to say a few words before I get it over to the next runner. You wonder why I submit such a very depressive and post-apocalyptic game in these times of, you know, unprecedented times of a pandemic that we're currently into. And I try to explain and give a bit of an oversight of what is happening in the game, what the lore is, what the story around everything is. And it is pretty clear that humanity has found something that they tried to use for their own, but they weren't able to fully control it. So it was like a biological threat that they didn't take serious. And you can see where taking a biological threat not taking serious can take place, where it can lead to in a fictional scenario. And right now we're in a situation where we really also do need to take really serious what's going on right now, even if it sometimes seems like an overreaction or not as bad as we think it is. But just, you know, please be reasonable in these times and stay at home. Leave it to the people who are able to solve the situation, and don't do anything unreasonable. Don't spread it any further, because it is really easy to underestimate what nature has come up with these kind of viruses. Alright, that's just something that I wanted to get off my chest. Thank you so much for watching this run. It's really a blast playing this game, Mushroom 11. I can recommend the speedrun. Can recommend playing it casually. It's really unknown by Untamed Games. Shoutouts to DJ Carmichael and Cracker Bean, two runners who have previously run this game. Carmichael is currently really good. One of the longer categories of Breath of the Wild runners. I don't think anybody of them is coming back ever to this game. But if you're interested in checking out the speedrun, just get in touch with me and I'll help you out with the strats. It's pretty cool to do. I guess that's it. I don't have much more to say. So with that, I'm saying cheers out and have a great rest of ESA Together, and stay safe and stay home. Cheers.